done. Intro. It's intro time. Shush. Everyone shut up.
Well, should we talk about Velma for a quick bit?
We have a few minutes left. I think we are obligated. Let's move into another topic. We are going to be covering the VELMA. The VELMA.
Velma.
Classic,
Yeah, dude,
award-winning.
I mean, it is my favorite Scooby-Doo project.
Yeah.
Mine too.
So we have it confirmed. Hold on. Let's get into the first story. Then we're going to be talking about. Actually, no. Let's work our way up. So HBO shows striking evidence that Velma is a flop. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Who saw this coming?
No,
No one.
nobody.
Everything. There was a video. Who? Oh yeah, that's that. That is that Park Place. That's the writer from that Park Place talking about everything woke in Velma. So.
Dude, that's got to be like a really long fucking video.
Yeah, it definitely is. But okay, so let's talk about what our experience was with Velma, because we did the pilot. We did a reaction to the pilot. It's on our YouTube channel from last year.
Did we watch 2 episodes or just the one?
We just watched we watched the pilot, and then we started the second, and we gave up instantly. We're like, we tapped out. It kicked our ass, man. What are we gonna do?
It was so good that I had to turn the TV off and just.
Or your brain would melt.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah, well, okay, with this show, it was going to be canceled after 2 seasons regardless because, first of all, this first season did horribly, but they recorded and were animating both seasons at the same time. It was just greenlit for 2 seasons from the get-go.
Yep.
So it was, as soon as this one finished up, they were going to cancel it.
Well, so there was no audience for it also. It's like the Scooby-Doo adults.
No, Mindy Kaling is the audience for it, the one that wrote it.
There's one person audience.
Self-inserted herself as Velma.
This is another one of those, like, your audience showed up. Here's what we got.
Yeah.
It's another one of those.
It's like, no, your audience did show up. It's just there's 4 of you.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually remember, the only things I remember from the pilot are the funny. There were 2 funny moments. There was the My Pony during the funeral where they're singing My Pony.
Yeah, genuine.
Good.
And then I vaguely recall some joke about Fred that I vaguely remember, kind of. But it was a long time ago. So, but this show had no real target audience. It actually seriously offended people who actually liked Scooby-Doo, grew up with it. Mm-hmm. And I think that Scooby-Doo still has ongoing projects.
I'm pretty sure it does.
And there's still an audience for Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Like
I like my personal favorite Scooby-Doo project is the one on YouTube Shorts where the gang is slowly realizing that Scooby can talk and he has to murder all of them and reset the universe.
Scooby is the time god. But I mean, you had the Scooby-Doo came out in like the 70s. You had every generation had some version of Scooby-Doo. They have movies out the wazoo, like toys, like all sorts of shit. Like Scooby-Doo is a huge franchise.
Actual vans driving around in the town we live in.
I mean, if anything,
there is.
Yeah, if anything, you could afford to like make more bad Scooby-Doo projects, and it'd probably be fine. They'd all vanish into the ether like this would. But the idea that you're just like the idea that Warner Brothers is just so comfortable throwing money away.
Which is, well, I mean, it's not their money. They're throwing investors' money away. That's how they're so far in debt.
Yeah, too. But yeah, Velma had, if we had the striking evidence, the show started with a lot of advertisements about hating on straight white males. Fred was actually the butt of the joke a bunch of the time and targeted for
Everybody's in love with Velma.
They race swapped Shaggy. They did
that with every character except for Fred.
Well, Daphne's white. Oh, I guess
I don't know.
What do you think? What do you think? Velma? Or no, not Velma. No, Daphne. Daphne's white. That's what I said.
She's looking a little Asian.
I mean, it's cartoon.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Perfect circles for eyes, like impossible. Who can draw a perfect circle? That's not reasonable. But yeah, so they did race swap a bunch of characters in the show. That was intentional.
I do more with their skin color.
Yep. But we knew back at the beginning of October that the show was probably not going to be reported for a 3rd season, and it got confirmed by Max themselves. So Max has actually announced that they will not be getting a 3rd season. So the cancellation is official. Velma is dead.
Oh no!
And it was Old Man Jenkins.
No
one even knew season 2 came out.
I want to say that I watched it, but that would be a lie. So
I heard the sentence uttered once. It's like, oh hey, season 2 of Velma's out, and that was the last thing I heard of it.
Yeah, no one wanted to touch this thing again.
No one
We're
talked
just
about it.
dancing on its grave. That's kind of been our theme for the summer, the back half of the summer. Was we were dancing on Concord, Dustborn, Velma. I mean, basically any project that's dying.
Agatha, Rings of Power.
Agatha, any project that's dying, we're just
Dude,
happy to dance on.
Yeah, some of this shit's so bad now that like people that review and talk about pop culture shit don't even watch these shows anymore. Like Agatha, like half the people that I watched gave up completely. They're not reviewing it anymore or
it's like-
talking about it.
I am hearing mixed things about Rings of Power. Like people are telling me, people who I actually trust are telling me mixed things about the Rings of Power, and it's like that was not my experience with it. Like my
I
experience
heard
with
the
it was
second season was even worse than the first. So
I mean I have people in my life who are hanging in on it, and they're not actually bothered by the show at all, and they're just normies. But I mean
even the stupid, like, even if you don't know the lore of Tolkien's universe, I mean the stupid shit that goes on in that show has got to bug you.
I mean consider our standards today.
Mine are very high.
Yeah, well, I mean, consider the average person's standards today. Sorry, I definitely had the goalpost moved too close on that.
Kind of an asshole about this stuff. Yeah.
But no, if anything, I think I'm kind of curious to check out Rings of Power again, just to see what I'm missing. Because obviously, there's obviously something that normies are latching onto that I'm not seeing.
I'm even getting a little more upset with it now that I'm diving into the Tolkien universe now. I'm gonna get some audiobooks and whatnot and listen to that.
Honestly, I think we need to have a Tolkien YouTuber on to have this conversation more deeply.
Deeply.
Do
it when season 3 comes around in 2 years.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, they'll probably be too busy for us. But either way, I think that's where we're going to wrap up the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Really appreciate you guys hanging out. If you enjoy this content, again, please consider subscribing. It's free. It's the best way to support us. Share the video out there so we can hang out with more people, get more main characters into the fandom, and smash that like button. And we will catch you guys on the next one.